Hello, everyone. It's Othania here with Create Your Future. And today I want to talk about your awareness because that is literally all you really basically need to understand in order for you to live a life that is more of what you want to experience, just in general. So your awareness is determining your tomorrows. How you're feeling is determining your tomorrows. So knowing that, you know, and knowing that you can be able to control your mind, that should be easier for you to be able to change your mind, which will start changing your reality. So it's just a matter of what are you being aware of? Are you being aware that you're someone that, you feel life just dealt you a bad hand? Like, are you coming with it from that type of thinking? Because that is a limiting belief for sure. And the more that you believe thoughts like that, you'll start seeing that, life is actually turning out that way for you. So it is really all about your awareness and what you are aware of yourself now. Because the moment that you just start thinking about what it is that you want and start making that your awareness and start settling in that mental state in that mental thought process, the more you settle in that, whether you see it or not, things are changing in the background. So put it like this: when you go to watch a play and they have like a break time, the intermission, they close the curtains, but behind the curtains everything is changing for the new scene for the next time that you come back from your break. And then when you come back from the break, the curtains open. It's a brand new scene. You didn't see what was going on behind the curtains, but everything was changing. And that is just exactly what is happening with your awareness. When you're changing your awareness from one extreme to the other, there's going to have to be something that happens that shifts your circumstances. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it will have to take a long time, but something will have to change because you changed and life is shifting with you. So if your awareness is changing and you are coming from a state of thinking, a mental state of being where you have thought terribly about yourself, and connections to the things that you want, if with money, with your job, with relationships, family, whatever it is, you thought negatively about yourself. And then you start understanding that shifting your awareness is what will change your reality. So then you start thinking positively about yourself, right? You start persisting in the new affirmations, which is just a new way of thinking. You're just affirming new ways of thinking. So some things can shift, yes, with you right in front of your face. Thank you, right? Correct. Confirmation. But then sometimes things are shifting without you seeing it, right? For example, when you go apply for a job, you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, but things are shifting for you to get your job. It's just like that. So the fact that you're probably not seeing it fast enough is because you're not staying in the awareness of the person who has what you want long enough in order for it to like really stick. So just imagine that the time is the glue, is what makes certain circumstances and realities stick based on how long you're in that awareness. And you just have to put yourself in a mental state long enough of what you want, and life is automatically going to shift to it naturally. It's going to be so natural that it's not even going to feel like um, your manifestation has arrived sometimes when you're in the moment. It's so natural that it just feels so normal. It just feels so, it's not that burning desire feeling. It's the total opposite of it once it really arrives. So just understand that it is all about your awareness, and the fact that you have the power to change it right now is all that it takes to change it right now. No one can change your thoughts for you. Only you can be the one that takes control of yourself in your own mind and says and tell yourself, no, this is how I'm gonna think. And naturally you're going to just automatically flow into being that person that thinks that way the more and more that you do it. When you go to the gym and you want to get muscles and you haven't had muscles before, you think that it's going to take you lifting weights one time and then you're going to get the big muscles? No, you would have to literally have a routine, consistency to see some changes, and then your body maintains, um it transforms, and it sustains and maintains to that new state of being for it, that new fit state. And that's how it works. And then if you fit and then you want to get into another state and you want to gain more weight, then you would do things that in a mental state that will cause you to eat more and do take different actions to make you gain weight. So it's all about your awareness, because your awareness is basically your controller that is guiding you to the reality that is in your awareness. And that's all that it is. And once you get control of that, you basically, you're in control. You're in control. So it's just a matter of understanding. It's your awareness. It's what you're thinking right now, it's what you're believing. And the moment you just be like, you know what, I don't want to believe that anymore. I actually want to believe this. And I'm going to give up doing everything that causes me to have resistance. And I'm going to stop doing all the things that causes me to put me in an awareness, in a mental state, in a thought process of the person that doesn't have it. Um, so once you are aware that all you have to do is maintain a new set of thoughts long enough, and reality just reflects that. That's it. You have what you want. You have to just maintain the thought process mentally. Everything is mental. It has nothing to do with you trying hard physically, because you automatically take the inspired action from the thought process that is maintained in the mind. You're automatically taking those expired actions. If you are in state of a mental state of feeling insecure, you're going to automatically take insecure actions. You're automatically will be doing things like calling your person back to back and being in a fearful state and have, catastrophic thinking and things like that, as opposed to someone who is in a mental state of knowing that they're chosen, and an awareness of feeling good about themselves, and an awareness of not needing anyone's presence to feel good about themselves. When they're in that awareness, it's a totally different reflection. It's like being in a good land and an evil land, just to give you a depiction of understanding the difference of the mental states and what, the states. It's just a different everything, right? So, like, when you think of a place that's evil, you think of maybe like it could be a setting of like darkness, cloudy, and black houses and black buildings, and just gloomy. That's more like an evil state, right? Like that state, if you're in that state, if you're in that location, that awareness, then that's what you see. But then if you're in a state of good, in the good world, it's more beautiful trees and it's fresh air and the sun is out and you're in that state, you're in that awareness, so that's what you see. That's the difference of being in an awareness that's putting you in realities where you see the world as dark and gloomy and evil, and then there's the awareness of looking forward to life being more optimistic, knowing that you're chosen, knowing that you're loved, knowing you can have the relationships you want, knowing that you can have anything you want, and the sun is out. And it's a whole different experience from here. So, your awareness is the key. What you take in your mind, what you listen to, everything that you take in is your awareness. And you have the ability to just control what you want to be a part of your awareness. Um, you don't have to agree with everything that you see. If you agree with everything that you see, then that's what it's going to be. That's how it's going to always show up, because your reality can only reflect what is ruminating and going on in here. It can only go by your awareness, your consciousness, and what you are. It's always just reflecting you. So the more calm you are, the more in your relaxed state, the more you feel good about yourself, the more you're taking care of yourself, you know where you're headed to. You're headed to a reality that is more of what you want, of what you desire. And that's just the whole point of it all, right? And yeah, I intend that this just has made this whole manifesting thing, I guess, more easier for you. What is your awareness? If you want um, to be in a relationship, then create a character for yourself that has an awareness with a certain set of thoughts, and you take that on and you affirm that, and you make that your thoughts instead. Take your complete attention away from what's happening in the 3D. Take your complete attention away from it it's causing you to if it's causing you to not feel good in your body. You have to get self-control you have to get self-control of not looking at the 3D the same way you need to get self-control of your awareness and what you're dominantly thinking. So make it your business all the time to put in your awareness that you need to put yourself first and put your peace first. And when that is done, then just think about what you want. Just think about, okay, I feel good about myself. There's not, before I say that, let me say this. You don't have to feel like 100% good about yourself and think that I need to reach like a level of 100%, because what is really that level of 100%, right? So it's like the point is basically just to put it in your awareness that you already are enough. Being chosen, feeling chosen is simple. It's not something that you have to force yourself to do. You are already that. It's just the things that you went on in your life bury that, and it kind of made it hard for you to see. But you're already that. Um, the goal is to put yourself first in your awareness, right? It's like tell yourself things that you tell your best friend that you would tell somebody that you love. Put yourself first in your awareness, and then everything in your reality is going to put you first. You know, if you realize, even if people may be, you may perceive as mean or um, whatever it is that you may think, but if you realize the people that are really, confident about themselves, they live lives that are more desirable. And that's because the way they see themselves and their awareness of themselves. And that's what's reflecting back to them in their world. So it's all about what you're thinking. If you're in the awareness of not feeling chosen, that means you're not putting yourself first. You're putting someone else first, which is why your reality is not magnetizing things to you that you want. So to put yourself first in your awareness is to know that you can have the things that you want, to know that, there doesn't have to be a struggle, that you don't have to hold fear in your body and anxiety in your body anymore. You can just choose to decide to be like, you know what? It's really as simple as thinking, I don't want to think like this anymore. I really want to think like this. And I'm just going to trust the process as I continue to think favorably for myself and see what happens. And I can guarantee you, life is going to flow for you and things are just going to happen. Like, I can't explain it. Like I always say, it's just kind of like magic. It's just flow. There's no there's no fight. There's no struggle. There's no feelings of defeat. When you just simply understand that all you have to do is make sure your awareness, your consciousness, what you're thinking is what you want. And you keep that up for as long as possible, literally. And you don't stop. And just watch how your life just becomes that, literally. Okay? So your awareness, just whatever you don't like that you're thinking, think the opposite, and then make those thoughts a habit instead of the other ones. There's no need to have to sit there and fight yourself about it. Just be like, okay, you know what? I want to think like this now. I want to think that I can have everything. I wonder if and make it fun. I wonder if I think like this, what's going to happen? Let me see if I think like this for 3 to 5 days, what's going to happen? Let me see if I think that life is actually amazing for a few days instead of thinking that life sucks and I can't have it all. Let me just think like this and just see what happens. Let me think like this for a week or two. And then you wouldn't want to stop because you'll see how thinking like that is so much better. And it's just actually just what you always wanted because it wasn't the actual thing. It's just the feeling of being in control of yourself, being in control of your mind, being in control of your body, which will ultimately have you way more in control of your life. And that's the point. If you're ever in the need of coaching, I am available. There's a link for that in the description box below. I also have courses available, and Create Your Future also has a free course if you're interested in that. If you never had a course before and you want to see how things kind of go, there's a link for that. All that in the description box below. And until next time, guys, see ya.